Hi students, today in this session we will discuss about software. What is meant by software? What are different types of softwares available and what are their uses and how they are going to be applicable in different areas. The software is a collection of programs which is used to design to solve a particular task. So before going for that, generally if you consider a program, we define that a program is a collection of instructions. So that means a set of instructions has group put together, that is calling as a program. That means that program is going to be solve a specific task. That means for a specific need that is going to be applicable. So whenever you group all those things together, all those programs together, then we can call it as a software. So that's why they are defining that software is a collection of programs, that means group of programs, which is used to design to solve a particular task. For providing of solution for a particular problem, we will define a solution, so that for that solution whatever the programs we have been developed, that will be named as a software. Generally two types of softwares available. One is a system software and the second one is a application software. See this one here, this is a hardware component of the system. Here it is an application software. To utilize the effectiveness of this hardware, we will use a system software. So that means whenever you want to use a computer system, we require some system softwares as well as some application softwares. See, first we will see a system software. It is a collection of programs that is designed to run a computer's hardware and application programs. Here, a system software means the programs that have been developed for effective utilization of a computer system. Those programs are called as a system software programs. And also it will help us, or it will be useful to run some application program. Suppose a small C program I have been developed for solving a particular task. So to run that program in a computer system, we need an operating system, that is a system software, a compiler, that is a system software. So that means if I want to run my application program, means at that time definitely we require some system software. Second point, it performs functions such as receiving and interpreting user commands. Here, whatever the inputs we are supplying for the system, so it is going to receive our input or the user command and interpret what to do. All these things are going to be performed by the system software. Entering and editing application programs and storing them files in secondary storage device. Here, once we have been entered the data and edited the data, or once you have been edited the application programs, all these things, after that you want to store them in the memory, in the secondary storage device. So that means if you want to store the data in the secondary storage device, means at that time also we require some system software managing the storage and retrieval of files in storage secondary storage device. So once you have been stored the data in the secondary storage device, how you are going to organize the data in the memory and how you can access or retrieve the data from the secondary storage device. For that purpose also we will use some system softwares. An example of operating system which will store our data in the secondary memory, and whenever we require, with the help of that system software, we can access the data. Running standard application programs such as word process, spreadsheets, games, all some etc. If I want to run some application programs such as Word and Excel, I want to play some games. All these things means, so for effective utilization of the computer system, definitely we require some system software. Controlling I/O units to receive input and produce output. Here, for every system we have an input-output devices. For accepting the data into a computer system, we require an input, and if you want to get some data from the system, we require some output. So how this communication is happening, how it will receive the input data, after receiving the data, how it is going to produce the output data, all those things are going to be controlled by this system software. Next, translating programs from source level to object level. So it is one of the important point. For example, if you are working in front of a system, so mostly we are using a high level language for performing the task. Whenever you use the high level language for performing the task, so the system may not directly understand the high level language. So at that time, we want to convert the high level language into a system level or object level. So for that purpose, definitely we require some translator. So that means that is nothing but of converting a high level language into a low level language or object level. For example, if you use a compiler or assembler or interpreter, these are the things which are going to be convert the high level language or assembly language program, whatever the input you have been given. So that is the source level. At source level, whatever the input you have been given, that is going to be translated into an object level. Coming to an application software. An application program is a computer program designed for user purpose. So these application programs are going to be useful for a specific task. A simple the thing, if I have been developed an operating system, the operating system can be used for any computer. But take one application software, a banking software. It is going to be serve the needs of the account holders, but I cannot use that one in some railway reservation, or I cannot use in some bus reservation or airlines reservation. So that means a software which have been developed for a specific needs of the user, a software which have been developed for a specific needs of a user, that software is called as a application software. Examples of application software include a word processor, a spreadsheet, any accounting application, a web browsers, a media player, or an photo editor. All these things are going to be useful as an application software. So that's why the system softwares are built for the need of a computer system or for an effective utilization of a computer system, but an application software is developed to serve a specific needs of a user. Different users have their different needs, so at that time they want to develop different programs for their different purposes. Here we will see about an operating system. An operating system is a collection of routines, programs that is used to control the sharing of an interaction among various computer units as they execute application programs. An example of operating system is a Windows, Linux, Unix, DOS, etc. Here, whenever you are representing this one, simply we can say that an operating system is an interface between user and computer. Simple definition is an operating system is an interface between user and computer. So that means when you define this operating system, it is a collection of programs only. But that collection of programs is going to perform all the tasks of the user. So that means if you how the user cannot directly interact with the parts of a computer. So whatever the operation if you want to perform, the user will use an instruction to the system. So that instructions will be carried out to different parts of a computer, and it is going to be perform the task and produce the output of a system. So for that purpose, we says that the operating system is an interface, works as a interface between a user and a computer system. Or we can say that the operating system gaps the bridges between user and computer system. The example is Linux, Windows, Unix, DOS, etc. So what are the different functions of the operating system? So briefly see the points. Generally it will be as a one point will be as a one unit. Following are some important functions of an operating system. One is memory management, second one is process management, the third one is device management, fourth one is file management, fifth one is security, sixth one is coordination between other software and users. Here, what is meant by this memory management? Memory management is nothing but of how our data is going to be organized within a computer system, how our data is going to store in a computer system, and how the data will be retrieved from the system. So that means a memory management system will help us organizing our data in the secondary memory in a proper way. The process management. So what are the processes we are having? A different process may arise at a computer system. So how those processes are going to be executed, in which order the process are going to be executed, and how the system is going to be manage all those things, because several tasks may wants to be executed at a time. Simply I am working with a system one side, I can also listen to my audio songs from the system like that. So whenever you are performing these type of things, how the processor is going to be managed. Device management. Several devices has been connected to the system. How these devices are going to be managed. So may not two devices may not work at a time. So it wants to manage the device, and how it is going to be initiate the device, how the files are going to be organized within the system, within the memory, file management, what type of security we are providing for the system, how far our data is secured, and what are the techniques that we are applying for security, and also mainly coordination between other software and users. Because of whenever you go for this one, I am using one software and I am be the user. How the user is utilizing this software, how he is trying to interact with the system, all these things. So these are all the 5 to 6 main functionalities of an operating system. how the memory can be organized or how managed, how the processes are managed, how the devices are managed, how the files are organized within the system, and what level of security and what type of security is providing coordination between other software and users. So thank you.